There's a hidden gap between mastery and visibility. Have you ever wondered why less qualified voices are getting the attention, the stage, the recognition that you deserve? Here's the truth. Mastery alone, which you do have, is no longer enough. Influence in today's era is earned by those who are willing to do what others won't. By the end of this video, I'll show you one small move that might feel uncomfortable, but can create a major breakthrough in your reach. The people who win are the ones that the audience is going to assume is most qualified, but they're not necessarily the most qualified. They are indeed the most visible. And that's exactly what today's conversation is about, making intentional, sometimes uncomfortable moves to bridge the gap between where you are and where your influence should be. See, many leaders have paid their dues. You've put in years of study. You have decades of experience, but you remain hidden in this current digital era. You are still relying on handshake and word of mouth. But today, everything, including your local neighborhood searches, start online. Why? Because influence isn't a reward for being great. Let me say that again. Influence isn't a reward for being great or being a master at what you do. Influence is a reward for showing up visibly and strategically when somebody needs your help. I'm going to introduce to you the Reachology Score. The Reachology Score is my proprietary tool. Came up with it during my doctoral research, and it is part of my Nom de Valeur program, but Reachology is a trademark word that I got to brand that proprietary content. And part of the Reachology work is mentioned in my book. And there is a workbook that goes along with it, all part of the activity in the Nom de Valeur program. Nom de Valeur is French for name of value. So when you build your name of value, it is more valuable than gold itself. And to build a name of value, you need to take the intentional steps that we outline in the Reachology workbook, book and course and activity that you and I will do together. So the Reachology workbook and the book are part of the Nom de Valeur curriculum. And we break down the activity into what we call our 5 core pillars of influential reach. And these are credentials, experience, publication, your social following, and your digital footprint. Now, when you measure your Reachology score, you'll often find that your influence gap has nothing to do with your skill and everything to do with your visibility. Without question, I have run this score through many of you experts. You are masters at what you do, but you are invisible to those who need you. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Leaders must now become the role models in doing the bold move first. That's how you earn permission to lead in today's marketplace. One of those bold moves is stepping onto a bigger stage. TV is a bigger stage. A PSI TV appearance is a bigger stage for many of you. It's not just an ego stroke, guys. We make sure that our whole show build, the whole episode is not an ego stroke experience. It is about visibility that converts into trust. Trust builds loyalty. Loyalty drives mega sales. So a TV spot on PSI TV is included in the Nom de Valeur program, but it is also available as a standalone for those of you who want the lower level of commitment while still building your influential reach. Why? Because being on TV is a leverage point. You're not just speaking into a camera, you're building searchable, syndicated, credible content that lives on beyond the moment of the TV episode. TV is a modern day stage, and that's what PSI TV has been built for. PSI TV is the new frontier of an expert stage. And when you appear on PSI TV, you're saying, I'm here to lead. I'm worth watching, and the audience listens. And no, you don't have to be perfect or camera trained. You just need to be willing. That's where leaders create separation from those who shrink back. I have had many guests in my chair that are awkward, uncomfortable on camera, and I help you to be very comfortable talking to a friend, and we get the content, we extract it out of you. For many of you, it is the easiest way to get content created because you didn't have to come up with the questions. You didn't have to talk to yourself or raise this noise about how great you are. We do all that for you. Now, before you go further, let me tell you about a safe, low-risk way to test the waters, and that is my Tiny Masterclass. You see, the Tiny Masterclass is an excerpt from the Nom de Valeur program. The Nom de Valeur program is a bigger price point, and before either of us want to commit to what that kind of work entails, I created the Tiny Masterclass. It's a way to get a taste test of what it's like to work with me, and I'll get a sense of whether or not you're ready for the spotlight that it is going to bring. Remember that move I promised to share earlier, the one uncomfortable thing that can shift everything? This is it. The Tiny Masterclass is the door. It's a low cost, no pressure, high insight, high value return. When you sign up for the Tiny Masterclass, you are going to have 3 days with 3 outcomes. 3 days, 3 outcomes, tiny investment, and you're going to be on the road to really building out that visibility for your mastery, for your craft. 3 outcomes, and those usually are, I say usually because some of you, we have to swap things out because you already have dominion, you have mastery in one or more of these areas. But for most of you, the 3 areas are, we do that Reachology score so we can find your current level of influential reach and the lowest hanging fruit that we can work on to get that visibility increased as quickly as possible. The second thing is we build out or tweak your YouTube channel. We build out or tweak your YouTube channel. Now, I can only take you to where I am. So if you are ahead of me, so right now we're approaching 18,000 subscribers in 2 years, mind you, on YouTube. So if you're ahead of me, you don't need that. We're willing to swap that out. But if you're not ahead of me, then we will work on your YouTube channel setup because, guys, YouTube is the second largest search engine on the planet. So when you're talking about creating visible content, social media posts are not the same. Those that live on YouTube are searchable and findable. Your stuff on Facebook and Instagram is only visible within those platforms. But something that you put on YouTube is searchable by any search engine, by ChatGPT or whatever. So you want to have that YouTube presence. The third one is your speaker sheet or your media sheet because you need to be more visible. You need to be in front of other people's curated audiences. So for you to be considered a worthy guest, this media sheet is going to position you as such. Now, if you already have one, we're happy to look at it and tweak it, or again, swap it out if you've got this dialed in. So go to the website that is appearing here and sign up, reserve your spot. Now, this is where true influential reach starts because yes, you might be a big fish in a small pond, but this is going to allow you to jump ponds and grow again. You're going to move from being very well known amongst your peer group to your city, to your state, to the nation, and why not even the world. We are in a global market today. Your competition is not the next guy doing what you do down the road. Your competition is global because what you offer may be available through something on another continent that is quickly deliverable. So you have really got to up your visibility game. And this is where it starts, by showing that you are serious enough to invest in your visibility. Now, for those of you who come through the Tiny Masterclass and realize that you are ready. We together realize this is a mutual fit. Then we'll start talking about the full-blown nom de valeur experience. That is for a future conversation. But what you will get is a visibility map to customize the gaps in your influential reach. It includes a professional, the nom de valeur program includes the nom de valeur program includes a TV spot here on PSI TV, or you could book that as a standalone, but if you're part of the nom de valeur, it comes with it. And when you do that, it supports you becoming searchable, findable, and a referable expert so you get found and famous for what you do. This isn't about vanity, guys. It's about legacy. You are already good at what you do, but what good is your brilliance if it dies in your Dropbox? My clients go from being invisible to invited, from overlooked to I've seen you somewhere before. And that is the new currency of trust. So let me close this loop for you. That small, bold move I opened with, the one that feels uncomfortable but unlocks influence, is this. Say yes to visibility. Start with the Tiny Masterclass. Step into the light. You've earned the right to be seen. Now let's make sure the world sees you. Visit the website on the screen for the Tiny Masterclass and say yes to becoming known for what you do best, because the audience isn't coming unless you go where they are. Dr. Trudy Verman here, and I do look forward to connecting and working with you.